Okay, hey guys. First of all, I just want to let you know this right now. I'm going to teach you guys how to actually set up a proper, what's up, Hunter? Proper streaming for your actual, console companion. It's pretty much in the description. This shouldn't take very long because it's super simple, and Streamlabs has come a long way to use. This is the software you'd actually set up. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on this channel because I come up with new content every day. I've been starting really to get deep into streaming and it's been a while. But anyways, I'm going to teach you guys how to properly set up a good and stable stream for your Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and any other service that you use for the Xbox console companion, sorry. Number one, you have to download the actual console companion for your desktop, your laptop. You can do it for your phone, but it doesn't really work really well because they have this new thing for streaming. I think it's actually for Xbox streaming. I don't know exactly, but there are a lot of different things. But the way to do that is you actually have to go to the Xbox Microsoft Store. It's available on any Windows, or if you don't have it, you can download it. Search it on the web and you get it. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to actually put it on. But yeah, once you can search it, just type in Xbox is the easiest way to go. And sometimes you can actually find what you need. So I'm going to show you really quick so that you can see Xbox. And usually it's going to come up right here. And there it is, a little console icon, pretty dope. So you click that and it'll take you to the actual piece. Simple, right? Nothing crazy. Second, you have to download Streamlabs OBS. Now, the other problem that I always tell people is don't just go ahead and look into, getting the service because you don't know if it's going to work. So sometimes you actually have to plug in your Xbox and go to actual streaming. For instance, you want to set up your stream, make sure your console is on, and then go to the actual tab that says console connection, which is, connect to your Xbox and stuff like that. Then you're going to go here, and it should show up. Now, I have two Xboxes that I use, so I have different, stuff that I have set up for certain games that I do. I know I'm a nerd. I'm kind of weird. But anyways, the first thing you should do is always find the one that you're on. If you don't know which one you're on, try to name your Xboxes. Because seriously, if you don't name your Xboxes and you have like 13 of them, some people do. I know people that actually have like 12, but whatever. Name your Xboxes. I've named mine pretty much either one that I want to use. So this one is the one that I have connected. So it's going to sometimes have to be tested for your actual stream. Always good to use this feature. Now, I know my stream works. You can click it. It'll start going through. It'll take about maybe 5 minutes, maybe less, depending on how well your connection is. Recommended, they always say, fastest way is to Ethernet it. If you have your router next to you, Ethernet your Xbox straight to your console. Your router goes to your console. That shouldn't be very hard to do. You just get a plug. It's simple. You get a simple one. And you can go ahead and do that. Second, once you have it where you've done your test, and even if you're on Wi-Fi, there may be a little bit of latency. Sometimes it'll just automatically set up your stuff. Now, I'm connecting to my console. I am connected. Pretty simple. If it kind of gets to that point where, like, oh, wow, I really got to change up the quality, you can actually do that by clicking or moving your mouse all the way up to the top right-hand corner up here. And you can change it to low, medium, high, and very high. Now, I have a really good setup for me. I've done a lot of work into this computer. This thing's blah. And I have it set for very high. I have great internet. Now, if you don't know what your internet is, there is a way to actually find out. Sorry about the douchebag that's in the background. He's got a Ricer vehicle. So, yeah, he's got an Acura that has a fart cannon on it. But anywho, if you don't know how to do that and you don't know how to look up, okay, what's my internet speed? Well, the best place to go is actually Video Nerd. He does a full tutorial. This guy is amazing. He does so many good videos. He's helped me a lot. I have to call him out on that. He's an amazing streamer too. But he went to Ookla, which is testyourinternet.com. tests, how you basically test your internet, your speed tests. You can click it. Now, whatever you need is how you do it. You basically would click go and it would actually tell you, oh, well, your internet is okay or whatever. Let's go ahead and test it. It's going to find an optimal server for me. It should already do it. There should be no reason for it not to. Sometimes it takes forever, but like for instance, being in Sherwood is a really bad server. So sometimes you actually have to go in there and change it. You can try to do the closest, if you know where you are, the closest city to you is the best server. Right now for me is Sherwood, which is really far away. Now, this is okay, but your upload speed is the main importance. Now, see, as you can tell, this is not accurate at all. I'm usually in like the 13, 15, way up there, and this just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, this is inaccurate. Let's go ahead and go to Canby, Oregon. Now, if you come to my house, just know that I will greet you with a big hug, and you may not come home. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, basically, you have to know where you are, which is basically what this is. Then, what you do is, if you know how to do it, the easiest way to tell what your internet speed is basically, the easiest way to figure this out, and it took me forever to kind of understand it. Oh wow, this is really bad today. Oh, probably because I'm streaming. And I'm not recording at the moment. I'm streaming this. So basically it'll be your upload speed is, you can do pretty much anything. For me, I know I can do this. So the easiest way to figure this out is to obviously go ahead and you could kind of look this up. Twitch encoding chart, which is always good to have. I usually go to the images because it's super easy to figure out what you need. And I always go with this one. Oh, for God's sakes, come on, dude. There's a better picture somewhere. Or if you don't want to go images, you can actually just click the first link, the encoding process. So, you obviously have to make sure that you know your resolution of your screens. Okay, like me, I have two screens. I have one for my actual stream and one for my actual game or whatever. This is always good to know too. Once you have these figured out, you know what to do. So, I'm not going to get into this. All I know is Video Nerd, he's like the best thing on YouTube to basically go to this. He's done tutorials with Streamlabs OBS, but I'm going to try to do the one that I do to kind of give you guys the idea of how it kind of works, to help people that actually like a cheap stream, but actually have a pretty good time. Nothing crazy. It's going to be easy. So once you are able to use Streamlabs OBS and you've checked your internet and you've downloaded Streamlabs OBS, which was on the site. Once you download those, you should be able to go ahead and actually be able to sign into your, your internet or whatever service you're going to use. You go here and you hit the download link right there. Bam. Once you download Streamlabs OBS, you will be asked to sign in. Now, because I already have Streamlabs OBS, all I have to do is open the actual tab. So the tab is pretty simple. This is what it looks like when you're actually, doing stuff or when you're streaming. It can be kind of confusing at first. You're like, okay, well, what the heck? Sometimes you'll start with just simply nothing in these boxes down here. These boxes are very important because it shows you like you're starting. Now I'm in editor mode, which is super awesome because if you have an editor mode on, it can be super, super cool. Because that way you can set up, okay, what's my next scene going to be? Like my starting soon, which was in the beginning. It will do the full starting soon. My be right back, which I still need to fix. Well, what the heck? Which is no big deal. All I have to do is click it. So now I can edit it and move on. Intermission shows me my camera, which is always good to have because you don't want someone just like sitting there looking at your video game like this dude's AFK. You want to have it to where you're basically using, a webcam setup. Second, ending, nothing crazy. Your social media tab and then extra. Anything that's extra here is usually like your green screens or whatever is necessary that they want to put. Now, the way I got my setup and my webcam look and all that cool jazzy golden stuff, I actually went to the actual theme set, but I'm not going to go there. When you get the time to and you're ready to start streaming, you have to log into your actual Twitch account, which is about here. It's pretty weird to kind of go there, but once you go ahead and log in, you have whatever service you're going to mainly be using. And if you're not sure which one it is, always go to your email that you get. Hey, congratulations for downloading, and make sure you log in with the actual service on the actual web page. It helps super. I've had problems with that before. I've had to delete my whole everything. It's annoying. Now, when you are ready to stream, don't just hit, oh, let's go starting stream. Yeah, no, not a good idea. Don't do that. What I would recommend doing is always set up your accounts that you want. Like me, this is my primary account, which is my Twitch, my Facebook, and obviously YouTube, which this video will be edited and probably taken down because I need to edit it. And I forgot that if it's probably better to actually turn around and record your tutorial videos, but I'm just going to do this. I don't care. Now, if you need to have the backup server, this is always good to have. Don't really need to do it, but you can. All right, so let's go home. Go to Generals. You obviously want to make sure that you have the Settings tab, which is down here by your weird little bars that are kind of annoying. I don't know why they have those. It's stupid for me. But anyways, second, when you have everything ready to go, sometimes there will be an optimized connection, which is super helpful. They've added this in. It's amazing. I use it a lot. Basically, where when you're on your phone, if that's what you're watching this video on, you can see a pretty good quality, and if you want to change it, you can. Now, most of those settings are for Twitch, like partners and stuff like that, but seriously, with this service, I'm not kidding, this service is super awesome. They actually do it for you to where it actually is optimized. Okay, for me, I can run at 1080p, no problem, 60 frames. Nothing crazy. That's what I run it at. That's my thing. But for you, you may be no offense, but I'm not saying that everybody does. You probably have a really bad connection. You're probably sitting at McDonald's, sitting there using their Wi-Fi, but you really want to watch this video and kind of chill and learn how to use it for later on. It will actually optimize it for you to where I can actually still stream and you have a good experience and make sure that you have everything set up for you. Well, that's what it is. That's exactly what it does. Well, I don't want you to have a really bad connection, so obviously I'm going to use that tab. There's a tab here. I'm not able to do it because I'm here using this full stream, which is cool. Good to have, notable to use. Now, if you really want to get technical in all these extra streams, your output, your audio, blah, 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 there's so much there. Anywho, once you have this set up, and if you really want to, go all the direction, click the optimize. It'll do its little percentage bar. It'll just say, okay, let's optimize your internet speed. It'll go through its whole process. It takes not even very long if it recognizes your computer. First time it takes a little bit because it has to, okay, what's your habits? Let's see what goes on. It does all of it for you. It's really good to use. Video Nerd, if you want to, go to his videos, go to his channel, The Video Nerd, which I'll put a link there and make you kind of suffer and watch it. Now, as you can tell, right now I'm running only at 30 frames a second. That's my video. Actually, sorry, that's my... Oh, wait, nope. I don't see exactly where I'm at. Anyways, but you can go in there and look at all of it. Now, I guess my common frames value is, that, but whatever. I don't know. It's being weird today. So this is what happens when you have Streamlabs OBS and you forget to actually check that everything is put together. Now, sometimes you actually have to do that too. Go into your each one of these settings. Not all of them are the same. You don't have to do it. But the biggest ones that you want to make sure that you have are your video, audio, and output, and your streams. These are the main big ones that you have. Now, if you have hotkeys, they're always useful to use when you want to stream and you don't want to press a bunch of buttons or come over to click, just go back to your game, come over. It's kind of annoying. You can just press your button on your keyboard and you're good to go. Now, once you're done with this, you're going to hit close, and then you could start your stream, which is super cool. Not very hard. Now, I do have the actual app on my phone, which is the Streamlabs OBS remote. Super helpful to use. I haven't even opened mine. But this is what it looks like when you open your phone. I'm going to show it close enough. Whoa, that's what it looks like. Whoa. Yeah, okay, whoop-de-doo. No big deal. It shows everything that you're looking at right now. For instance, in editor mode, which is super helpful, if I didn't want to do edit mode, I could just click the button on my actual app and it says escape editor mode. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I want to make sure that I am in stream mode, which that's my transition, and this is what it looks like when you're done hitting that transition mode, which is always good to use, and this app is amazing. Now, when I don't want to use that, I'm just going to show you this. This is what it looks like when you're in the editor mode. Simple. When you're done, and, useful to multi-stream and do all the extra stuff, you have to make sure that you're ready to do that. If you have everything set up, it's good to always make sure that you do. Make sure that you're signed in on your settings, but there is an app on the actual app store, which is this little box here. It says apps where you can hover over. It's underneath the ruler and pen. It's next to the new squares, whatever, no problem. When you get to a point where you are getting more viewers, these will show up. Don't do it unless you're absolutely ready. I have a couple of third-party, but it's always good to use. All right, second, first thing you want to do, make sure you have it. If you don't have Prime, which is useful for, doing these, make sure you read what these are too. I've been looking at some. They're pretty cool. Like this one, the Pretzel Rocks music player. It's cool if you didn't want to suffer and let people listen to garbage music. But yeah, that's cool. Stream Factory, Design Factory is where you actually can create your own designs, your own overlays, stuff like that. You don't have to do that. Your timers, they have those. There's better goals, which is like you're following. How many follows do you want to get? Me, I'm almost to 17,000. This is like the biggest thing. So hit the follow, hit the like, whatever. Make sure it happens. Stuff like that. Always good to use your stream social. Anything that helps with your social media to get your audience to be a part of you or be a part of a bigger motion is to use that. Now, the big one that you really want to use is Mob Crush Studios. Now, here's a problem with Mob Crush. It only helps if you actually have a giant viewer list. If you are like, what's his name? I don't know his name. I forgot his name. Blank moment. But yeah, there you go. Once, I guess I don't like saying his name, but unfortunately, Garbage Ninja. I'm just going to say that. Ninja, you're garbage, and I'm calling you out on that. Freaking pedophile. Anyways, once you have this downloaded, it will show up here. This is what it looks like when you want to actually post it all to your actual thing. Now, I don't have my Facebook connected to this. I refuse. It did have Mixer, RIP, unfortunately, very gone. For tutorials and your actual account, you want to make sure that you have your account for your Twitch, your account for your, YouTube, which is awesome, Scala Gaming, tell the boss, and stuff like that. Once you have Streamlabs OBS, you can also set up an actual web page, which is super easy to use, super cool. You can set up merchandise, all of that. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like really quick. You don't actually have to have Prime, but it is helpful if you have Prime to, have those. I'm going to show you my tip page, nothing crazy. This is super easy. This is what it looks like when you are at my channel's page. So when you're here, you could use your loyalty points, stuff like this. Now, only problem is you have to be a pro. What that means is you must be a viewer pro. It's a $6 a month thing for this. Now, it's super cool. It's super beneficial. It's every month. You get you pay $6, and this is what you get. I don't have I don't recommend doing this. But let's say you don't want to do this, but you really want to help out my stream by turning around and buying an actual merchandise. Well, I have merchandise. A lot of merchandise. Like, I try to make it as accessible to everybody. I even have a towel. Like, what? Better go to the beach, ladies. Anywho. That was a little weird, but okay, whatever. They're t-shirts. These are all for both sex, male and female. And, or whatever you identify as. You could even be a Apache chopper if that's what you want. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. I have a couple of these. I have my own t-shirt, which is here. I also have my own gaming mouse pad. Where is that? Ah, here it is. The mouse pad. I will show it to you right now. This is what the mouse pad looks like. It's super thick. I mean, this thing is better than most of them that I've ever seen. I love this. This mouse pad is totally worth it. It's so cool. It's cheap. It's awesome. Check it out. So yeah, once you're done and you have all of your settings properly put together, like right now I'm probably running really crappy stuff, but whatever, I don't care. Once you're done with setting up Mob Crush Studios and all that awesome, sexy stuff, once you're done here and you've set up all of your thing, you got your game ready to go. Mine's set for other because I don't have a tutorial tab, so other will happen. They'll send you a message saying, or email, that obviously is linked to Streamlabs OBS. Now, you can have it either way. You can have it set up to your Twitch account that's actually via your email. You always have to have email to even set up anything. Nowadays, it's kind of annoying. Always make sure that you check those. Because seriously, sometimes you get rewards. Like, I'm super excited to announce that I'm almost to Platinum. Or I think Platinum. Diamond or something? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. All I'm going to say is it's cool. They actually use a lot of cool things that are pretty awesome. These ones obviously give you action replays, mailbox, stream stats, and channels. Channels are really annoying because this is where everybody goes and they make sure that you have all of, the suffering that you have to try to fight for. Now, remember, in any streaming, it's a grind. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. You have to train for this. Trust me, it took me forever to do these. Now, because I switched to channels, it kind of went Louie on me, but that's what it looks like when you're ready. So, when you're done here, there's a little editor, or the camera, which is way up on the top left-hand corner. You click that, and it brings you back home. Then, when you're ready, it'll ask you to hit stream, which is, go live. It'll say that. And then what it'll do is it'll actually set up the same thing that you just put in here on your game, your name of the stream, and your description. And then if you have Twitter, it sets it up there too. You can do that. But once you're done with this, it'll ask you to do that, and then it'll hit live. And then it'll go live. It'll say it again. It'll just do whatever it says. Once you're done there, you'll turn around and actually have it basically looking like, let's see, let's take us out of editor mode. It looks like this. Unless you're in editor mode, it will not look like this. If you're not in this variant, which everybody has access to, you can use it. This is studio mode. As far as I know, I don't remember exactly how much. This is what it looks like when you're in editor mode. This is every time that I open up this app, this is what it looks like. Usually it starts with the end stream is ending. Now, I don't really care for that, but it's okay. Always good to have it on editor mode, because if you need to change something, it's easy to do. You don't have to worry about it over here, because it doesn't edit it. I can't even, move my thing around. I'm clicking it all over the place. It won't let me move anything. But when I'm in here, if I wanted to move my camera, I can move this frame anywhere. I need to put that back. But yeah, pretty simple, nothing crazy, and it's super easy to do. I totally just screwed up my camera. Great. Rip on the camera. Alright, cool. So that's kind of put together. Whatever, I don't know. It's being weird. All right, there you go. So it looks like my camera is back together. So what will happen is it'll ask you before you go in, you should always have these two, but it's really up to you. Your chat box, which is over here, if you say hi or something, useful to know. Your alert box, which is in here, this big square piece. Your webcam, which is here, your webcam frame, and then your webcam, and obviously what you're going to be capturing. Now, there is a tab that says, capture, your game capture. I don't really use that. I have a display for a reason. This is for the Xbox console companion. Now, it will not capture your Xbox. Reason why? It actually has to be like an actual game that's on this, like on your computer. If you have, like, for instance, if you have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one, and you own it on your PC, you can actually set that up for game capture. It will just be for that window. That's it. Nothing else. Pretty cool. Now, let's say, for instance, you're in midstream and someone messages you. This little bar that's on the side here, which you can see, kind of cool, it will pull off to the side, or it will go across. You can pull it out just enough to where you could read everybody's text. Like, for instance, one of my viewers said, Hunter _ 0827, he says, yo, what's up? Doesn't help that I can't always see it, but you always want to have this available to you so that you can have that. Now, multi-stream is what we are using, which is Streamlabs to Twitch and to YouTube at the moment. You could even put, talk with them. But here's the thing. This one is only for reading only. So it's like, oh, well, kind of good to know, which is actually really helpful because seriously, there's a slow latency that you can set up. And sometimes if you absolutely have to go on there, your moderators are good to use. For my Twitch, this is easy to use. I can type in here, nothing crazy. It's all right there. Bam. So to kind of show you exactly what that looks like, I'm going to go ahead and close or remove my camera, which you can do by clicking the little eyeball, and click these by turning. So this is what it looks like without the camera. It's kind of weird, kind of dorky, but because, remember, I'm in editor mode, I could just go ahead and turn it. Nothing crazy, right? Totally cool. But because I have my actual editing ability, I can go ahead and just switch it. So here is what it looks like without any of those awesome camera and beautiful faces. So this is what I do to basically show everybody, hey, you could use your emojis, which I voted, it was awesome. You could do like your Pokemon if you really wanted to, which is up here, which I love. I use it. I might do a Poke battle in the chat. Who would win? Something like I love Pikachu, so I'm going to definitely just say that because I'm a nerd. Pikachu. And look, it showed up on the actual stream over here, which is super cool and super helpful. I know, it's kind of weird to actually see these, but that's what it looks like when you're actually, streaming. Now, it will stay on for however long you have it set up. Now, I'll do another tutorial to show you how to do those. But as of right now, that's all this is. I'm not going to get too much into the technical part because I really want you guys to kind of go watch Video Nerd. I'm not going to try to do the best version. Now, this is my first time ever showing an actual Twitch tutorial or how to set up your stream, quote unquote, which is my first time. So this video probably is going to get really bad reviews, and I love you all for actually doing that. But that's pretty much it. If this helped you, I hope that you always, like the video and subscribe. If you want to comment, just something simple. Totally cool. Also, if you, find out that you're like, oh, this actually did help me, and comment. I want to know that it helped you. I want to know that my suffering trying to do this video helped. Yeah, I really don't know how to do this. So this is my first time ever doing a tutorial streaming setup thing ever. So give a like. Second, if you're on Twitch and you need some new content to watch, go ahead and hit my that follow. And if you're on the desktop, hit the host. Totally worth it. The host button is super helpful. Don't hit the report. That's mean. No love. But in order to do that, you actually have to go to the Twitch page, and there are videos out there. I'll show you one later where you can actually set up your Twitch by going here. I don't want to do this, but you can go on, and this is your Twitch main page. Pretty simple. You make sure that you're in your actual Twitch, and there you go. Nothing too crazy. I've done all this, so these are where your notifications are. This is horrible. I don't even know why they even have that allowed. It's men in tights. Creepy as hell. Anywho, there you go. So hopefully I'll see you guys on. I go live at noon. Sometimes later, about 2 o'clock is my latest that I'll get on. I go every day, 2 to 4, Saturdays and Sundays, 2 to 6, depending on if I'm doing anything. Just hit me up, hit the follow, and hit the subscribe on YouTube.